Good morning, sir. Swaminathan, sir. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your
Oh,
voice is audible.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, dear all participants, Dr. E.V. Swaminathan, sir, is with us to take a session on engineering mind and managed challenges. He is from Kerala and he completed his BTech in mechanical engineering. Then DDH in diploma in health healing. Then postgraduate diploma in health. Then he completed MSc, MBA, and then PhD in emotional and quantum intelligence. Such a great personality is with us to guide us. Among he guide us about the engineering mind and manage the challenges. So I invite Dr. E.V. Swaminathan sir to take the session or guide us about the how to challenge the mind and how we can survive in this world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So, good morning, my dear friends, and thanks, Dr. Zope, for your sweet welcome and your warm invitation. So, my dear wonderful friends, I also extend a very, very hearty welcome to this session of this FDP. So, I would request all participants that, see, since all of you are professors, since all of you are teachers, so when a teacher meets another teacher, usually it's my understanding that we don't teach anything, but we have a very wonderful heart-to-heart conversation. So I'm not here to, give you any kind of an advice, but the challenges that the whole world is facing, particularly in the last 9 months, I will love to share some of the experiences as far as the engineering mind is concerned. So before I begin, in case if you are able to hear my voice, can you put a yes on the chat? क्या आप बहुत प्यार से अगर yes लिखते हैं chat में लिख सकते हैं क्या? I request all the participants. Oh my God, wonderful, wonderful. आप जब लोग yes लिखते हो ना तो मेरी दिल की धड़कन बढ़ने लगती है. And I feel that as if I am there very much alive, because for the last 9 months, the whole world is facing challenges, but हम teachers के लिए एक सबसे बड़ा challenge ये है कि we are not able to see the audience. हमको ऐसा लगता है जैसे हम दीवार में एक देख कर बात कर रहे हैं, है ना. और हमारे लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज तो ये है कि हाउ टू टीच एंड व्हाट टू टीच. हमें भाई पढ़ाना क्या है और हम जो पढ़ा रहे हैं वो कैसे पढ़ाना है. ओके, तो जब आप यस लिखते हो तो बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगता है. थैंक यू माय डियर वंडरफुल फ्रेंड्स. I'll be interacting with you for the next 45 minutes to 1 hour or so. I'll be speaking to you in English as well as Hindi also. So in case if some of you don't understand Hindi, can you put that you don't understand Hindi, or are you all comfortable with Hindi? What should be the language? If you can just give me a feedback, my dear friends, that would be very kind of you. Should I have a mix of English or Hindi, or are you comfortable with Hindi, or you're not comfortable with Hindi? Please जरा chat में लिखेंगे, थोड़ा सा feedback देंगे ना, so that would be very kind of you. Acha, both languages okay, sir. Comfortable with Hindi. Thanks, Swapnil. Okay. I hope some of you mix is okay. English, Hindi is okay. I do understand that some of you might be from South India. तो शायद उनको हिंदी इतना समझ में नहीं आएगा. But I'll ensure that if I'm speaking anything in Hindi, I'll convert it in English also. Okay. Not comfortable. Kavita. Dr. Kavita is saying not comfortable with Hindi, sir. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Kavita. I'll do one thing. In case if I'm speaking anything in Hindi, I'll see to it that I'll translate that in English also. Okay, fine. As Dr. Zope was telling me, I'm speaking to you from South India. I'm speaking to you from God's own country, Kerala. I'm in the north part of Kerala, right? तो अक्सर कर जो लोग जो होते थे ना BC मतलब before COVID, usually people used to they visit Kerala. हम लोग थोड़ा जब समय मिलता था, so they usually visit the tourist spots, and Kerala is one of the beautiful tourist spots. So I am amidst very beautiful nature. तो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा वो प्रकृति दिखाता हूँ, and then we'll begin with this today's session. Okay. So I am very close to a place called Alapura. Yes. So this is the topic. It's all about engineering the mind. Okay. So first I'll take you to this. This is this place. Are you able to see the slide? In case if you're able to see the slide, say yes. Can you put a yes on the chat? Yeah.
Sir, just press F5 so that we can have the full view.
F5. Just have to press F5, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
F and F5. Or just
F5 key.
So I have pressed it now. Now is it okay? Are you able to see?
No, sir. Only F5, sir.
हाँ तो
On the
यहाँ
top side, a keyboard. Yeah.
हाँ, I have pressed it now.
Uh,
Are you able to see?
It's
no,
okay, sir. We can see, though that is not in a full screen, but it's good to go. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So, acha, the person, the lady who said you are able to see, what are you able to see? Can you just tell me in 1 minute? क्या देख रहे हैं आप?
Sir, beauty of nature. I can see coconut trees. I can see
Beautiful,
a
beautiful,
boat.
beautiful. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, great, great. So you are in the same picture. Okay. Now this is God's own country. It is a world famous tourist spot. It is a place called Alapura, and this is the backwaters. Jahan pe where there is a very wonderful sangam, a confluence between the ocean and the river. You know, my dear friends, our situation before COVID was something like this. We were all in a very beautiful comfort zone. बहुत आनंद के साथ हम लोग रह रहे थे. Life was more or less very, very comfortable with small challenges here and there. So this was the situation BC, right? Yes, this was a wonderful nature we were all living. Now I have seen people, they hire this houseboat maybe for 3 hours, for half a day, for 1 day. I've seen some foreign tourists, they hire this houseboat for even a month. They enjoy this beautiful sunrise and sunset also. But at the same time, I've seen some tourists, okay, who come down to this Alapura, they also visit North India. And in North India, there is a wonderful state which is called as Uttarakhand, and they visit a place which is called as Rishikesh. Now, Rishikesh is also a very wonderful place. And if you ask me, why do people go to Rishikesh? They have this wonderful, they go for adventure sports. And this is the situation where they enjoy this river rafting. Now, AC, BC is before COVID, AC is after COVID. Right now, you and me are all in this kind of a situation, my dear friends, right? Where we are in a very, very dynamic state of condition, where things are changing every second. It is very fluid, it's very dynamic, it's very volatile kind of a situation. So I welcome all of you to this beautiful adventure sports that we are all in right now at the level of the mental and emotional level. Another one difference between before COVID and after COVID, my dear friends, is before COVID, only one person used to face a challenge or a stress. But here after COVID, you see the entire family members traveling in this boat. Humko और आपको, we have our own set of challenges. The children are really suffering a lot because for the last 9 months, they are missing their friends, they're missing their teachers, they're missing their school. That is another challenges. Or you need not mention anything about the lady member. She's in high tempers because for the last 9 months, 24/7, she has been seeing our face and the children's face, and she's absolutely not getting any space and time. So we are in this kind of a situation, my dear friends. यहाँ पर every person in an adventure sports is a team member wherein you have to row the boat. आलमपुरा का हाउस बोट में वो ड्राइवर भाई होता है, वो who keeps on driving the houseboat. We need not do anything. But here everyone has got its own responsibility, and therefore the challenges is really very high. So what are the challenges that we are facing? Basically, if you ask any engineering person, what exactly is engineering and what exactly you have supposed to do? Basically, an engineer or a manager always manages the resources. So which resources are we speaking about? And you and me all are doing it, right? It is management of resources. It is men, material, money, machinery, and methodology. But all these 5M can only be managed when we are able to manage the 6th M, and that is the mind. So I asked my MBA students in Mumbai, right from the childhood till your post-graduation MBA, what percentage of the syllabus you study about the mind? और हमारे बच्चे इतने प्यारे बच्चे, वो कहते सर माइंड वाइंड इट इज ऑल आउट ऑफ सिलेबस सर, मन मन के बारे में हम नहीं पढ़ते. देन व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर वी टीचिंग देम, राइट? क्योंकि द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिसोर्स इज द माइंड, and it is the mind that manages all these resources, correct? So what exactly is the situation of the mind right now? Let us try to understand this. The three most common emotions, our state of mind that we are in right now. I'll not take much of the time in for telling about the problem, but then we have to analyze this, right, my dear friends? So the first thing is there is a lot of fear and worry. बहुत ज्यादा डर है, बहुत ज्यादा चिंता है, right? Fear of the unknown, what is going to happen, etc., etc. Number two, there's a lot of anger and anxiety that is building up. बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा है, बहुत ज्यादा anxiety है, right? And the third one is there is a lot of insecurity and helplessness. असुरक्षा की भावना और असहाय की भावना. These are the three most common emotions that we are facing right now. Having said this, okay, what we are going to do is, I'll share with you a very wonderful anecdote. मैं आपको एक बहुत सुंदर anecdote, the Hindi translation for the word anecdote is, चुटकुला मैं बोलता हूँ. Now my request to all of you is, whether you understand the joke or you don't understand the joke, I want you to smile and laugh heartily, right? अगर आप मुस्कुराएंगे, अगर आप हंसेंगे, तो can you put a yes on the chat? Are you willing to, whether you understand or not, are you willing to smile and laugh? Oh my God, thanks Pratap Patel sir. He says sure यार sir, और कुछ हम लोग कर भी नहीं सकते. बहुत अच्छा. So definitely, thanks Ajay ji, thanks. I really appreciate that all of you are traveling with me. बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Okay, so I am going to share this anecdote with you with due respects to the countries and the characters involved. Listen to me very carefully. The story goes on like this. Once it so happened that the Japanese president was on a trip to America. So before embarking on the trip, the officers of the Japanese president walked up to him and told him, "Sir, you are going to America for the first time?" He told, "Yes." "Sir, how about communicating with the American president English, sir?" So the Japanese president told, "My God, I do not know English." So the unke officers ne kaha, "Sir, haven't you heard the first impression is the best impression? So if you can communicate with the American president English, sir, it will lead a very good impression." So the Japanese president told, "My God, I do not know English." So the officers told, "Sir, for the sake of the country, is it not possible for you to by heart a couple of sentences?" So the Japanese president told, yes, for the sake of the country, I'll do that. Tell me, what do you want me to speak? So the officers told, "Sir, as soon as you meet the American president, just ask a logical question. How are you?" Okay. So he is going to reply, "I'm fine." In turn, he is going to ask you the same logical question, "How are you?" Sir, at that time, you should reply, "Same as you, sir." Couple of sentences for the sake of the country. He said, "Yes." Now he started by hearting, "How are you? How are you? How are you?" Speaking English for the first time, that was a little challenging for him, a little bit of stress also. "How are you? How are you? How are you?" As his motorcade was traveling towards the White House, "How are you? How are you? How are you?" He entered the White House. He saw the American president walking. "How are you? How are you?" And as soon as the American president landed up in front of him, a Japanese president, full of stress, speaking English for the first time, instead of asking, "How are you?" पूछ बैठे, "Who are you?" My God. The American president thought, coming to America for the first time, you have entered the White House and you have the guts to ask me as to who am I? So the American president thought that maybe I've not heard him properly. He gave a face language and a body language that it didn't get you. Face language, body language, anybody could understand. The Japanese president got the clue, shouted at his top of his voice, "Who are you?" Now that was the limit of indecency. At that time, Mr. Bill Clinton was the president of America. उन्होंने भी बहुत जोर से चिल्लाकर कहा, "I am the husband of Hillary Clinton. Who are you?" And the Japanese president replied, "Same as you, sir." Hello, joke खत्म हो गया है. Did you understand? Did you understand? Oh, Yes, yes. थोड़ा स्माइल वाइल आया कि नहीं आया? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good. Very good. Now, why did I tell you this joke? I wanted you to smile, my dear friend. Sometimes we engineers now, we are so involved with machine learning, robotics. Sometimes we forget these basic emotions. So I wanted you to smile. I wanted you to laugh. And yes, as you are all engineers, very logical, technical, mathematical, quantitative, right? So am I, my dear friends. And I did this on logic. I did this on purpose. Why did I wanted you to smile? Because there was a person whose name was Norman Cousins. He was the editor of the Saturday Review for over 35 years, was diagnosed with a very painful and progressively degenerative tissue disease, no cure. He was inching towards death. I do not know how many of you, my dear friends, have seen this journey of death of your close family members. In fact, I have lost my mother because of cancer some years before. So naturally, I always used to think my mama, in this last leg of this journey towards death, because she was for sure that she's going to die, because the doctors told her very clearly, what could be her emotions? What could be her thoughts? How would she be engineering her thoughts and emotions and feelings? It's a very, very, a kind of a very challenging situation, my dear friends. And as per the doctors, the event that causes the maximum amount of stress, they have called that event, and they have given the percentage, 100 out of 100 marks to that event, and that is the fear of death. The greatest fear and anxiety is basically the fear of death. So Norman Cousins was lying in his bed, inching towards death. And my dear friends, his childhood classmate and friend came to him, and he sat beside Norman. और पता क्या किया? What did he do? He started recalling the childhood sweet memories. बचपन के दिनों की बातें बताने लगे. Now the way they were in the school, and they used to play pranks, they used to run, they used to do all kind of things. And to his utter surprise, right, Norman Cousins' friend realized that Norman is able to move his hand. वो अपना हाथ को हिला पा रहे, which he was not able to do previously. So Norman Cousins' friend, he contacted all his classmates and said, please come and meet Norman. So his classmates told, but what are we going to speak to him? Because he is for sure he is going to die. तो हम क्या बात करेंगे? तो उसके दोस्त ने कहा, just come sit beside him, crack some jokes, or in other words, just share the sweet old memories. All his classmates came, sat beside Norman, had a wonderful heart-to-heart communication. And the good breaking news, my dear friends, is Norman Cousins returned to full-time work. पूरी तरह ठीक हो गए. And he has written 2 books for the entire medical fraternity. Number 1, Anatomy of an Illness, and number 2, The Healing Heart. I repeat, my dear friends, Anatomy of an Illness, and number 2, The Healing Heart. He summarizes in his book, it's no laughing matter, but smile your way to health, wealth, and success. He says, smile your way to health, wealth, and success. So, my dear friends, when it comes down to engineering mind, I will show you one photograph, and I want you to remember your childhood sweet memories. Yes. ये बचपन के दिनों को जरूर याद करना. And they say, okay, a small child smiles and laughs 300 times per day. एक छोटा बच्चा दिन में 300 बार मुस्कुराता और खुश होता है. Right? I would love to ask all my friends who are participating in this program, a small child smiles and laughs 300 times per day. आप कितनी बार मुस्कुराते हो? How many times you smile per day? Can you put it on the chat? How many times you smile per day? Approximately. Give me a figure. Give me a number. How many times you smile per day? Approximately. Average. Hardly 10. Rahim ji. Wow. Dr. Kavita, 20 times. Oh, great. Wonderful. I was asking my engineering students once, how many times you smile per day? Right? And one student got up and said, sir, 3 times, sir. Morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, evening dinner, sir. And he was a nice boy. So I told him, making fun of my question, he said, no. Then I asked him, why did you give me such an answer? He said, sir, frankly speaking, I'm so saubhagyashali. Saubhagyashali means lucky. Sir, I'm so Saubhagyashali that I've got 3 square meals to have. Enough good reason for us to be happy, for to be smiling, sir. And before I could compliment him, he gave another logic. Sir, recent Jammu Kashmir flood, sir. You might have seen that breaking news and videos, sir. Aircraft, helicopters dropping those food packets. Sir, people waiting below, they were not the poverty-stricken people, sir. They were all the national, international tourists who had come to Jammu Kashmir for sightseeing, sir. 1 week they did not get the food. At that time, they realized the importance that and realized the significance that we are so Saubhagyashali that we are able to have the 3 square meals, right? Then he concluded his logic. Sir, should I wait for an impending disaster, a calamity, a tsunami, a bhukamp, an earthquake to get me convinced that yes, we are very, very lucky? And that day when I heard this from my student, I told him, usually we teachers always complain that our students, they are there's a lot of generation gap between we teachers and our students. But that day I told that particular boy, looking at your such a wonderful philosophical right answer, I feel that the future of the country is absolutely in safe hands. My dear friends, they say life is a question of options. Life is a question of choice, right? So I'll give you 2 options, and I'm sure all of you, my dear wonderful friends, are all intelligent and buddhishali, so you are going to choose the right option. So listen to these 2 options very carefully, my dear friends, and you have to choose any one of them. The first option is, I do understand there's a lot of challenges outside. The challenges with my profession, the challenges as far as job security is concerned, the challenges at the health sector, the challenges at my finance, economy, the challenges with managing relationship, challenges with the future of my children, hundreds and hundreds of challenges. First option is, right, when all these challenges becomes okay, then I'll engineer my mind to a state of peace and stability. And then I'll be happy. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is, as we are all engineers, if I engineer my mind to a state of peace and stability and thereby happiness, I will be able to develop the inner strength and power to manage all these external challenges. My dear friends, can you put it on the chat? Which could be the right option? Option 1 or option 2? My God. Shushmita ji, very buddhishali. Bhagyamma ji, very intelligent. Shubhangi ji, yes, thank you, Rahim ji. Thank you. Dr. Kavita says option number 1 is not possible. And that's what many of us think. That let all the external challenges become okay. And you are very right, doctor, that yes, things may go from bad to worse. So option number 2 is the only option and the best available option. Now we can take this as an hypothesis, my dear friends. And for the next 24 hours, can we explore this hypothesis? दोस्तों, क्या हम इस hypothesis का थोड़ा सा खोज कर सकते हैं क्या? Number 1. Number 2, can we experiment this hypothesis? क्या हम इसका प्रयोग कर सकते हैं क्या? And then can we experience it? क्या हम अनुभव कर सकते हैं क्या? That's what is very, very important. And once upon a time, our state of mind was similar. Once upon a time, we were all like this, my dear friends. No fear, no stress, no anxiety. We were like this small, wonderful, beautiful child. And this could be the hypothesis. If I'm peaceful and stable, I can make myself healthy and thereby make this world a better place to live. Make this world a better place to live. So the most important question is, what is life all about? जीवन क्या है? जिंदगी क्या है? In Mumbai, whenever the students, they come for the MBA interview, I don't ask them actually what you have studied in the 4 years of engineering. But one of my favorite questions, particularly for the postgraduate MBA students, is what is life all about? बच्चों, जीवन क्या है? जिंदगी क्या है? So I get some standard answers from these postgraduate MBA students who are, coming to take an admission. Some people give me standard answers. Sir, life is a journey, sir, not a destination. जीवन एक बहुत सुंदर यात्रा है, मंजिल नहीं. Some of my students, they remark, sir, life is a great challenge, sir. जीवन बड़ा संघर्ष है, sir. The moment I hear this answer, I'm for sure that this particular candidate has come from Mumbai local train. क्योंकि मुंबई में local train चढ़ना is a संघर्ष, it's a challenge. Getting down from the local train is another challenge. But there was one boy who was, trying to work out with his answers of life. And then after the interview got over, when I told him it was very nice interacting with you, we look forward to meet you again. So this boy walked up to the door. He stood there for a couple of seconds. Then he returned back. And then he walked up to me and told me, sir, if you don't mind, can I get your mobile number? I said, what? Sir, can you please share me your mobile number? अब मोबाइल नंबर इतनों को देते हैं, why to create a scene there? I said, please note down my number. He noted down the number and then he thank you, and then he walked away. After a couple of minutes, I received a very wonderful, message regarding life, a beautiful definition of life. So I shared it with my fellow panelists because that was the only question I was asking all the candidates. So one of the faculty told me, sir, abhi ye bhi jo ladka gaya na, maybe he might have sent you this wonderful definition of life. So I told my faculty members, let me verify it. I rang the same number. The boy picked up that phone. After verification, with lots of love, I asked that boy, my dear boy, अचानक जीवन के बारे में कहां से पता चला? How come suddenly you understood such a wonderful definition of life? And then through the phone, he says, sir, Google search engine, sir. And that day, I realized one thing, that the children of today, the students of today, they're learning about life in Google because some or the other way, the professors, teachers have never shared them about what life is all about. My dear friends, I would love to share a beautiful definition of life, which I have learned it from my own student. And I request all of you, please share this definition of life with your closed family members, particularly your kids who are facing a tremendous challenges, my dear friends. You and me were very, very lucky and saubhagyashali that we always had the privilege that when we used to get bored with our summer vacations and winter vacations, suddenly we all look forward to go to the school wearing new dresses, trying to learn new subjects in some other way. But our children back home, they're facing that challenges which, humanity has never faced this before. So we need to be empathetic towards a kid. So let's begin with this definition of life. What life is all about. तो जो लड़का है बहुत प्यार से हिंदी में लिखता है, I'll try to translate that in English also. He says, देखो तो ख्वाब है जिंदगी. Life is a dream. देखो तो ख्वाब है जिंदगी. पढ़ो तो किताब है जिंदगी. Right? पढ़ो तो किताब है जिंदगी. Life is all about reading book. Life is all about knowledge. सुनो तो ज्ञान है जिंदगी. Life is all about listening to this wonderful wisdom. But the last and most important that boy says, देखो तो ख्वाब है जिंदगी, पढ़ो तो किताब है जिंदगी, सुनो तो ज्ञान है जिंदगी, लेकिन ईश्वर कहते हैं, the Almighty says, मीठे बच्चों, प्यारे बच्चों, sweet, beautiful, divine children, सदा मुस्कुराते रहो तो आसान है जिंदगी. Always keep smiling and life would become much easy for you. That's what is very, very important, my dear friends. We have been teaching our engineering students and we take pride that we are all professors of engineering and our students, they study for 4 years and they get a BE and a BTech degree. But I think in this 9 months of Corona era, the small invisible virus, my dear friends, has shaken us to awaken us to a very, very beautiful reality. And you know what's the reality, my dear friends? The reality is, till now, we were learning and we were teaching, which enables our students to get a degree of BE and BTech. But I think the most important degree, right, that we ought to be giving is not just a BE or a BTech, but the best graduation degree in life is be calm, be cool, be cheerful. And that's what is very, very important, my dear friends. So I take a very wonderful subject for my engineering students. That subject is called as engineering mechanics. And we all know, my dear friends, this is a little challenging subject right in the first semester. For all these young boys and girls who enter an engineering college with so much of dreams and aspirations. Okay, and they're just shifted from a rote system of memory to a university system of education. So I certainly understand their emotions and feelings. And engineering mechanics, some students, they find it a little tough. So I take this subject at the end of 4 months when my students are ready to enter the examination hall. I tell my students, my dear students, as soon as you enter the examination hall, as soon as you get the question paper, 10 questions, and not even a single question you are able to attempt. At that moment also, if you can smile, जीवन के हर परीक्षा अब जरूर पास हो जाएंगे. Even if you're not able to answer one single question of engineering mechanics, but if you're able to smile, you have passed the litmus test of life. Why? Because there's a very wonderful saying in Hindi which says, फूल बनकर मुस्कुराना जिंदगी है, मुस्कुराकर गम भुलाना जिंदगी है. Fool means flower. फूल बनकर मुस्कुराना जिंदगी है. If you blossom like a flower, that's what exactly life is all about. फूल बनकर मुस्कुराना जिंदगी है, मुस्कुराकर गम भुलाना जिंदगी है. If you can smile and if you're able to manage all the hurt and pain, that anxiety that we have within us, फूल बनकर मुस्कुराना जिंदगी है, मुस्कुराकर गम भुलाना जिंदगी है. जीत कर तुम खुश हुए तो क्या हुआ, जीत कर तुम खुश हुए तो क्या हुआ, हार कर मुस्कुरा सकते हो अगर तो वह जिंदगी है. It means if everything is okay and then if you are smiling and happy, what is so great about it? But the moment you have challenges and then if you are able to engineer your mind, because life is all about balance, life is all about control, life is all about equilibrium, and that's what is very, very important, my dear friends. So more than BE and BTech, apart from it, that's an engineering degree. But the moment we start telling them about what exactly is the mind, how does our consciousness works, maybe it will help them to take a beautiful degree which is called as a BCom degree. And I'm very happy to share with you, my dear friends, there are more than 20 IITs of India, and IIT is a premier institution, and we all share a dream, right? That I was not able to get through IIT, but what's wrong in dreaming that my son or daughter gets into IITs? That could be a dream for every parent, my dear friend. Beautiful. The first IIT of Bharat is IIT Kharagpur. Please share it with your kids back home that IIT Kharagpur has become the first IIT that has started a course on happiness. IIT Kharagpur has become the first IIT that has started a course on happiness. I'm very happy to tell you that there is an engineering institution in Jaipur which is called as JERC, and I was doing a couple of FDP programs with JERC, and I had this privilege of going to JERC Jaipur. I might have visited, my dear friends, more than 250 engineering colleges across India and some in foreign countries also. IITs, NITs, government engineering colleges, wonderful, beautiful private universities. But I'm very happy to share with all of you, and every engineering college when I visit, the faculty members with lots of, warm welcome, they also take me to the campus, they take me to the library, they take me to the conference hall, the auditorium, they also take me to different labs that they have. That's a beautiful thing. It is always, all these things are beautiful alankars of an engineering college, no doubt about it. But when I went to JERC Jaipur, I was so happy. For the first time in my life, I saw that there was a total, a complete lab which they call it as a thought lab, wherein they do a lot of work in engineering the mind. I'm speaking about that lab. So in case if you're interested, just get onto Google and just type JERC, thought lab in Jaipur, and you will be able to go through it. Around 1 month before, I was invited for an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, which the Lucknow University in its centenary celebrations, they were doing it. And the 1 year celebration, they had to curtail it because of the COVID, but they had many of the online programs. And the final program, the centenary celebrations, the Honorable Vice Chancellor was telling us, we are now, as part of a tribute to the 100 years centenary celebrations of Lucknow University, they have started a happy thought lab, a happy thought lab. So it's a very wonderful thing that, this kind of awareness is taking place. And I'm very happy that, in this particular FDP also, you have kept a similar kind of a presentation also. So my dear friends, the best graduation degree that we all need to learn is at the mental and emotional level. So I request all of you, my dear friends, that in the next 24 hours, when you communicate with your when you communicate with your kids, you should not be communicating only for success, but what you should say is more than success. You should tell your kids, I want you to be peaceful, my dear child. I want you to be loveful, my dear child. I want you to be happy, my dear child. And most important, I want you to become powerful. This is what is very, very important. And the moment you say that, you know what your kids are going to do? They're going to enter into Google and they're going to type how to become peaceful, how to become loveful, how to become powerful, how to become happy. Because till now they were searching for success. They were searching which is the best IIMs of the country, which is the best 10 UK universities. But the basic quest was all about peace, power, and certainly happiness. So we should have a paradigm shift from success to happiness. And the beauty is, all successful people are not necessarily happy, but all happy people one day will become very, very successful. So I tell my boys and girls who are very confused after their BE or BTech कि भाई मुझे क्या करना है, MTech करना है, MSc करना है, GRE करना है, GMAT करना है, UPSC करना है, डिजिटल इंडिया स्टार्ट करना है, एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, क्या करना है, an absolute level of confusion. Correct? And this confusion is very valid also, because our boys and girls are so intelligent that they have this option and that they can choose any of these professions. So I always, as a good friend, I tell my boys and girls that if you're not able to take a decision, career choice, okay, take 5 to 6 months of your lifetime, do two things. Number one is go close to nature. प्रकृति के नजदीक जाइए. And number two is, as you visit nature, go and meet happy people. Manika, don't go and meet successful people because they will have no time for you. But go and meet happy people. They may not have so much of a wealth. They may not have so much of a following in Twitter or Facebook or all those things. But when you go and meet them, you will find them that they're actually so wonderful. They live their life, and all happy people in their own small way, they are very, very successful also. So we should, I request all those participants who are watching this particular program, I have got a very big list of happy people, because I have traveled all across the length and breadth of India, right? And wherever I go, I try to meet happy people. Successful people to milte hi hai mujhe, but I try to take care of these happy people and I put them in my list. So if some student told me, sir, I want to meet happy people. So if I say in the north, you go and meet this particular person. If you're in east, go and meet this person. If you're in the west, you go and meet this person. And if you're in the south, you are most welcome to visit Swaminathan. Please come here. Stay with me for a couple of days. I also request all of you, after this coronavirus is over now, all these participants, please take your children, come down to Kerala. And I'm in this wonderful, beautiful, amidst nature. I'm sitting in the balcony and speaking to you. And there's a very small, beautiful river, a beautiful stream that flows close by. So all my students, classmates, friends who come there with their kids, you know, it's a wonderful, I take them to the stream. It's a very people-friendly stream. And you know the reason? When people are connected with nature, actually, they're able to engineer their mind. That's very, very important. And sometimes we scientists and engineers feel that we have been able to control nature. Let us be humble, let us be polite, and let us learn to live in harmony with nature. So, not much of an advice, but I was just welcoming all of you. So, it should be a combination of success plus happiness. Okay. So, there are three things, my dear friends. One is what we call it as an IQ. Number two is EQ, and number three is SQ. Intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, and what is called as a spiritual quotient. So when we speak about engineering our mind, it should be able to get this flora and fauna of all these three flavors. Okay, IQ, EQ, and SQ. What is this IQ, EQ, SQ? We are all aware of it. Suppose if a student goes to the examination hall, at the end of 3 hours, if he gets 60% IQ, the same student, given the same type of questions the next day, his IQ will jump from 60% to as high as 100%, it can come down to as low as 20%. IQ is not a fixed quantity. It's a variable fluctuating quantity. And it depends upon a student's emotions. Means if a student enters a examination hall with a lot of stress, fear, and anxiety, automatically his retrieving power comes down, automatically his IQ comes down, right? And because the EQ has come down, IQ will come down, or uske marks jo hain, can come down to even as 20%. So it's a fluctuating quantity, and it depends upon a person's emotions. But these days, even EQ is outdated. It has been replaced by SQ. SQ means spiritual quotient. It means, can you be cool, calm, comfortable, peaceful, cheerful, stable, all 24/7? और आजकल HR में हम लोग यही करते हैं. More than the marks, we are interested to look out for people who are able to maintain not 100% stability, but जो stable रह सकते हैं in times of challenges. As Dr. Kavita was rightly telling it, maybe things may go from bad to worse. So we need to train ourselves, and we need to transfer this kind of a training to all of our kids also. So let's begin with IQ, my dear friends. तो मैं आपको एक छोटा सा puzzle दूंगा, a simple mathematical puzzle, and I want you to solve this puzzle just to engineer our mind. And since we are all intelligent, we are all buddhishali, I'm not going to ask you about mechanics, SOM, DOM, COM, production, because I know all of you are masters of that particular subject. And there, maybe you are from electronics and telecommunications. I'm nothing going to ask for that engineering subjects. I'm going to ask you a simple mathematical puzzle. Maybe your son or daughter, if she is studying in the 5th or 6th standard, you can take help from her. Okay. So I will play that puzzle. I'll put that puzzle onto the slide. I'll put that slide there onto the screen. My simple request is, you have to put the answers onto the chat, and let me see who gets the answer first. Let me see who gets the answer first. Are you all ready, my dear friends? In case you are ready, can you put a yes on the chat? Are you all ready? Simple mathematical puzzle. Don't get excited. Because your topics, Dr. Zope sir told me challenges बताओ यार, challenges कैसे face करते हैं, mind कैसे face करते हैं, engineering कैसे करते हैं. अब topic ही वैसा उन्होंने दिया, मेरी कोई गलती नहीं है भाई. I never wanted to trouble you, my dear friends. मैं तो बस आपको थोड़ा सा अच्छी बातें बताकर I wanted to wonder it. I wanted to finish it. But then Dr. Zope gave me such a topic. So a simple challenge. And I love to see who gets this answer first. All the best. Good luck to you, my dear friends. So I'll put the slide. I love to put the slide onto the screen. Okay. Yes. So knowledge is proud that it knows so much. Wisdom is humble that it needs to know so much. Okay. Here we go. And this is the slide. The first row, this plus this equal to 9. The second row, this plus the 2 guns equal to 13. This minus the 2 skulls 1. This plus this. Your time starts now. Let me see who gets the answer first. Let me see who gets the answer first. Oh my God. Shubhangi 4. Very good, very good. Anna, yes, Nikam sir. Very good, very good. I'm very happy. But our rest others, 21. Very good, very good. Please let me know the answer. अभी भी आप आंसर दे सकते हो. My God, Rahim sir, उन्होंने तो पूरा calculations बता दिया. Hello, you have got a very big heart, Rahim ji. You are helping others also. Hello, give me the final answer. Give me only the final answer. Give me only the final answers. Can you all try and put some answers? Na kuch to answer डाल दो ना, please. Wow, wow. Yes, yes. Wonderful, 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 beautiful. Right, right, right. I really appreciate this answers. Thank you for your, participation. My dear friends, I was not actually checking whether it's right answer or wrong answer, because everyone's answer is right. You felt it right, and therefore you gave that answer right. Okay. But what was the message? The message is a very wonderful message, which I would love to share with you. There's a very wonderful scientist, and I'm sure all of you will adore this scientist. That wonderful, great scientist's name is Sir Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein बड़े बुद्धिशाली थे. And I was told by someone that Sir Albert Einstein's IQ was around 155 plus. मतलब बड़े बुद्धिशाली थे. Einstein years before had made a very wonderful statement. And let us listen to the wisdom of Einstein when he said, this is a slide. If I had only 1 hour to save the world, I would spend 55 minutes defining the problem and only 5 minutes finding the solution. मैं इसको हिंदी में अनुवाद करता हूं दोस्तों. आइंस्टीन जो बड़े बुद्धिशाली थे वो कहते थे कि अगर मुझे 1 घंटे का समय है इस सारी पृथ्वी की रक्षा करने के लिए, तो मैं उस 1 घंटे में 55 मिनट मैं उस प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करूंगा और सिर्फ 5 मिनट उसके समाधान पर जाऊंगा. This is a very wonderful, great scientist like Sir Albert Einstein. If I've got 1 hour to save the planet Earth, and I'm sure all of you would agree, my dear friends, saving this planet Earth could be the greatest challenge which anybody could ever think about. जॉब नहीं है, हेल्थ नहीं है, ये प्रॉब्लम है, इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम है, बच्चे की शादी नहीं हो रही है. पूरी पृथ्वी के हिसाब से आई अप्रिशिएट योर चैलेंज, लेकिन इतना भी बड़ा चैलेंज नहीं है. लेकिन आइंस्टीन जो आपसे और हमसे थोड़ा ज्यादा बुद्धिशाली हैं, वो कहते हैं कि इफ सच अ काइंड ऑफ अ प्रॉब्लम कम्स टू मी, 55 minutes I will spend defining the problem. So my dear friends, what is the learning? When I gave this puzzle to you, I saw some of my friends immediately getting onto the answer before they could even breathe. But then you will tell me, Swami sir, it's none of our fault. And I'm sure it is none of our fault because it was the problem of Swaminathan. Because when I told this, what I said was, let me see who gets the answer first. And this is something we actually install: fear, anxiety, stress. And one of the things that we should always save ourselves and our children is from competition. ये जो competition जो है ना, unfortunately, it is a part of this education system. I'm not criticizing the education system, my dear friend. I am with you. I am also part of this education system. लेकिन जो सारा education system जो बना हुआ है ना, it is always on competition. But what is required for managing challenges is not competition. What is required is lot of care is required. Lot of cooperation is required. Lot of cohesiveness is required. ये बहुत जरूरी है. And that's what I told in river rafting. You cannot compete with anyone. But everyone is a team member and everyone has to cooperate with each other. तभी हम उस डायनेमिक करंट को मैनेज कर पाएंगे, नहीं तो सबके सब डूब जाएंगे. And therefore for many years we were competing with everyone, right? I have also done my MSc psychology, my dear friends, and I have done it from Tamil Nadu Sports University. So when I joined the Tamil Nadu Sports University for my MSc psychology, in sports psychology, I was told that the greatest competition in this planet Earth, do you know what it is? It is a 100 meters event in the Olympics. And people who have been trained for the 100 meters event, you know how they're trained? They're trained that as soon as you hear the shot of the gun, you should start running, and you should only have the final destination in front of you and your mind. And while you are running, even for a single second, leave about looking here and there, even in your thought, you should not think about the other participants. Because if you think, you will come down from a gold medalist to a silver medalist to a bronze medalist, because the competition is in millisecond, it is in microsecond. So one thing I've learned from Tamil Nadu Sports University, my dear friends, is in the world's toughest competition, the participants have been trained that never compete with others, but always increase your skills. Always work on to oneself. अपने skills को बढ़ाओ. कल अगर मैं 9.5 seconds पर 100 meters कर रहा था, तो आज मैं 8 seconds पर करने की कोशिश करूं. Never compete with others. अपने skills को बढ़ाते रहो. Find out what new skills you can learn to manage the challenges. Try करना पड़ेगा, सीखना पड़ेगा, समझना पड़ेगा. One thing is constant in this world, my dear friends, and that is change. You change and the world will accept you. You change, otherwise time would force you and Swami sir to change. समय के पहले जो व्यक्ति अपने आप को ढाल कर निकल जाता है, challenges उसका बहुत प्यार से उसको जादू की झप्पी लगाती है, बहुत प्यार से स्वीकार करती है, and that person becomes he gives way to many others. So my dear friends, I'm sorry that I pushed you into competition. I sincerely apologize. मैं आपसे बहुत दिल से माफी मांगता हूं. I take back my statement. Again, I'll put the same puzzle in front of you. Now take your own sweet time. You may change your previous answers, but, and if you want to put up the same answer, you're most welcome. But I'm not into a race. मुझे कोई नहीं फर्क पड़ता है कोई आगे कितना जा रहा है कौन कितना पीछे है. Let me enjoy this journey. Let me enjoy this process. And that's what our students tell. Life is a journey, not a destination. हाँ मुझे पता है मुझे दिल्ली जाना है, लेकिन अब मैं केरला से दिल्ली जा रहा हूं, यहां से जब मैं निकलूं हर माइलस्टोन को enjoy. That's very, very important. So my dear friends, I'll put up the slide once again, and I would request all of you कि आप yes, correct. So the slide is again to you. Yes, my dear friends. आराम से देखिए, कोई competition नहीं, कोई raise नहीं. Now, if you want to change your previous answer, most welcome. Now I'll be in silence for a couple of seconds for you to engineer your mind. Ah, very good, very good. I'm getting so wonderful answers. Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, good, good, good. See, whether you get the answer right or wrong, it was immaterial. What was very, very important is to learn the wisdom from the Albert Einstein. Okay. So Albert Einstein ने बहुत प्यार से हमको ये बात सिखाई. Now let us get to the answer. What is the right answer? The first row, this plus this plus this equal to 9. So it's equal to 1 leaf of the scissor. 3 plus 2 guns is equal to 13. So 1 gun equal to 5. So 1 skull equal to 2. So 2 plus 5 into 4 as per BODMAS, the answer is 22. The answer is 22. So that's the right answer, my dear friend. So it was not important. The important was our IQ becomes very high when we are peaceful, when we are stable. The classic example is Newton. हमको पता है न्यूटन जो था ना बगीचे में बैठा था प्रकृति को एंजॉय कर रहा था. And Newton was working defining the planetary problems, and suddenly Newton saw an apple falling down, and suddenly that eureka came to him, right? And he was able to discover the law of gravity. It means जब मन शांत रहता है ना, the problem with which we are working, the solution you are able to get it. Archimedes के राजा ने कहा what is the percentage of the crown, gold in the crown jewel, and we all know Archimedes was enjoying his bath and he was able to discover the law of buoyancy. Correct? मतलब माइंड को स्टेबल रखो. Many people ask me, सर मेरा जॉब चला गया, सर मेरी कॉलेज बंद पड़ गई है, मैं क्या करूं? मैंने कहा देखो भाई, you are facing a set of emotions, you have your own skills, but I'll be able to give you a master key. When you bring your mind to a state of peace and stability, your mind will be able to get onto the solution. I was asking once my PhD students, how do you define research? Well, sir, research, I said, give a very simple definition of research. एक स्टूडेंट ने कहा सर रिसर्च मीन्स ढूंढना, खोज. I said no, सर्च मतलब ढूंढना, सर्च मतलब खोज. I'm asking you research. So with lots of smile that boy said, sir फिर से ढूंढना sir. I said that's the right answer. For every problem of us, just as every lock has a key, for every problem of us there is a key available, there is a solution. But we will not be able to get the keys if you interact with other person. Your key only you will be able to get it because you are aware of the flora and fauna, of the specifications of the lock, of the problem that you are facing. So the master key is bring your mind to a state of peace and stability. I take some of my boys and girls to the close by river and I tell them this. I take that key and I say, now what you do is आप पानी को हलचल करो, and then you put the key. You will not be able to see the key. Then I say just be stable. Let the water get stable. and you will be able to spot your own key. That's what exactly has to be done, my dear friend. We will not get the solution by asking so many counselors or somebody else. I should be able to get the key for myself. That's the best solution. So work on your skills, my dear friends. The first one is IQ. But more than IQ, the second part is what is called as the EQ level. EQ. EQ means emotions. And if you think that I'm speaking about psychology and philosophy, hold on, my dear friends. Emotion is connected with engineering. Emotion का मतलब होता है E plus motion, that it is energy in motion. It is energy, my dear friends. It's a very wonderful energy. Therefore, which energy are we speaking about? So Albert Einstein used to say, no problem can be solved from the same consciousness that created it. No problem can be solved from the same consciousness that created it. So my dear friends, if you ask me what exactly do you mean by consciousness or EQ, it's very simple. It's to understand what exactly is the mind. Mind your mind, because mind matters a lot. What is a mind? It's a team. It is thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and memories. It is thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and memories. So my dear friends, people who have got a very high EQ, they may not have very good skills. But we have seen people who have got very good EQ, they're able to beautifully gel in a team. And these kind of people, they make wonderful leaders. They're leaders because they're able to motivate and inspire others. But the only question is, my internal team should be first synchronized. Then I'll be able to gel. I'll be in symphony. I'll be in harmony with others. So what is the internal team? Thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and memories. हिंदी में मैं अनुवाद करता हूं, हमारे विचार, हमारी भावनाएं, हमारा दृष्टिकोण और हमारी स्मृतियां. So you as a family member, you are a part of the team. Yes, your kids may be having their own challenges. Your wife would have their own challenges. Your in-laws, your parents, senior citizens may be having their own challenges. So if you have to manage this particular team, first your internal team should be synchronized. That's what psychology says. That's what is very, very important, my dear friend. And today when I'm speaking about EQ, I would love to share a very wonderful research that we have done. And certainly this research at the EQ was done by a very, very intelligent scientist, certainly from India. Okay. Can you guess who could be that wonderful, great scientist, a great leader who was very intelligent, but high on EQ? A scientist, an engineer, a great leader, and high on IQ. Can you guess who could be that great personality from India? Can you put it on the chat? A scientist, engineer, a great leader, and high on EQ. No doubt he had terrific, beautiful skills. Can you put it on the chat? Who could be that wonderful person? Chat mein likhenge? Can you put it on the chat, my dear friends? Ah, right, bang on the right answer. My God. Yeah, beautiful. Pratap sir, Swapnil ji, and it's none other than late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. And I'm very happy to tell you, I would love to share this. You know, my dear friends, the challenges that you and me are facing, I acknowledge the challenges, I appreciate the challenges. But Dr. Kalam, when he was with the DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, right? He did a research onto the most challenges, the most stress that the police forces, the paramilitary, and the military forces are facing. And this research was jointly done by the DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, and the Global Hospital, wherein I do a little bit of study and work in the Department of Mind Body Medicine department, right? And this research was jointly done to work on the challenges with the defense force are doing and they're facing. So this research started in the late 90s. It got completed in the year 2006. And as the Honorable President of the country, he's speaking about this technology of engineering the mind and emotions. And I'm very happy to share with all of you, my dear friends, with lots of humility. And this is my saubhagya that in this 8 years, I had a chance to take up this project to all the police, military, and paramilitary forces of India and abroad also. Army, Navy, Air Force, BSF, CRPF, CISF, NSG, CBI, all state police forces, and some of the foreign police forces also. I would love to share this this research with all of you, my dear friends, and I'm sure you will be very happy about it. So this is that wonderful, great scientist, naturally a beautiful leader who achieved the highest constitutional post of the country, a scientist, an engineer, achieving the post of the President of India is a great honor for all of we engineers also. So this research and high on EQ, a very wonderful team player, a very wonderful leader. This research was jointly done by the DRDO and the Global Hospital. And whatever I'm speaking about EQ, it is this, you can see this in this particular website. It is www.theoryhealthcare.org. Right now, let me share with you some kind of the challenges. Now, let me give you a small, simple definition of how do we manage stress. Stress is defined as outer pressure divided by inner coping ability. And any stress experienced by any person, maybe a small kid to a senior citizen, it only happens when the outer pressure is more than the inner coping ability. Now, what is the difference between stress and managing challenges? Stress occurs when the numerator becomes more than the denominator. Outer pressure becomes more than my inner coping ability, that's stress. But you are able to manage the challenges by engineering mind when the denominator is more than the numerator. When your inner coping ability is more than the outside pressure. Till now, we had all had a belief system, my dear friends. Outside situation is causing me stress. If outside situation was causing me stress, then we have seen in the same situation, if there are 5 people would respond to that situation in a different way. We have seen some people become very hyperactive, fear, stress, angry. But we've also seen some people who are very peaceful, stable, cool, calm, equilibrium, and managing those challenges. So we have understood it, that outside situation remaining the same, it depends upon your inner coping ability, how you deal with the situation. We have been telling this for the last 15 years, my dear friends. But this small coronavirus, COVID-19 and now COVID-20, which is going to come, right? It has taught us a very wonderful lesson. For example, doctors across the globe agree on to one particular fact that the virus may come to you, but if your immunity power is very strong, you will be able to manage that virus much more effectively and efficiently, productively. So the whole focus about the entire medical community is to increase your immunity power. Correct? Now, the immunity power, which stands true at the physical level, is also absolutely a fact and truth at the mental and emotional level also. कि बाहर कोई challenge आ रहा है, if your mind is stable, you will be able to manage the challenges much better. That's the beauty of it, my dear friends. So, managing challenges, all of you, my dear engineering friends, I will show you some photographs wherein I was able to actually see the challenges. So I was there with the Indian Navy some time before, and when I went there, right, they took me to a warship. So this is a warship. This is the Indian Navy. Okay. And I was doing a session about this engineering mind to meet the challenges. And why am I showing you these photographs is very interesting, my dear friends. So I was there in front of this warship. These are the 2 young naval officers along with the team of the Global Hospital and the Defense Security Service Wing. So I was there in front of this naval warship and I asked these 2 young naval officers, अच्छा बताओ यार, आपका naval warship में सबसे ज़्यादा challenging situation कहाँ पर आती है? So these 2 young handsome officers, they बोले चलो सर हम आपको दिखाते हैं. And then they took me to that engine room. We were passing through that engine room basically. जब engine room देखा तो बाप रे इतना वहां grease का smell, इतना oil का smell कि मेरा सर थोड़ा भारी हो गया. So मैंने कहा this could be the most challenging place for you. So he smiled at me and said, sir, this is not the most challenging place. I am taking you. We are going through the engine room to a different place. But sir, एक बात बताऊं? मैंने कहा बताइए. बोला सर, अभी ये engine बंद है सर. अभी तो बस आपको ग्रीस और ऑयल का सुगंध सिर्फ आ रहा है सर. Once it starts working, you will also be helped by the audio also. That day I realized that I've learned internal combustion engine and all this engine about in my mechanical engineering, and for some years I was doing practical also under Mumbai University. But that day practically I realized that working in an engine room, such a huge engine, is no doubt a great challenge. But then I will show you to the most challenging and how do they manage these challenges. Okay, now this is a very interesting picture. So this is a place which I wanted you to see, my dear friends. Inside that warship, they have a small chamber. You can see the the side view of this particular chamber. जहां पर approximately 3 to 6 people, they stay here 24/7 for approximately 1 week. 1 week. तो मैंने वो नेवल ऑफिसर से पूछा, यार वॉरशिप के अंदर आप ये क्या बोलते इस चेंबर को क्यों रखते हो? Why do you have a chamber inside the warship? And he said, sir, when the warship is in the high seas, for some operational requirement or for some maintenance, some of these naval commandos has to get down onto the sea, and they have to acclimatize themselves to that kind of an environment which is available inside the sea. They have their kit, everything, right? But their mind, their EQ has to be acclimatized. So I asked them, how do you do this? So they said, sir, in this chamber, we slowly start withdrawing all the oxygen content and slowly fill this chamber with that kind of gases which is available inside the sea. So I asked them, hello, what do you do about the food, etc.? He said, food we give them with a small pipe. At the fag end of this chamber, you can see a small washroom. So मैंने कहा, what do they do for 24/7? He said, sir, 24/7, they have to just keep on lying and they cannot do anything. कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आप हिल नहीं सकते. And then this young naval officer told, sir, the vice admiral said that please show Swaminathan sir this particular chamber, because these people 24/7, they cannot see they cannot understand the sunrise and the sunset, but how do they engineer their mind and emotions so that they are in a high state of peaceful and stability? When I saw this chamber, I said to them, I do not know whether my training would be helpful to them or not. But one thing that day I took a kind of a pledge that we professors and teachers are very, very saubhagyashali. We don't see such kind of challenges, right? Certainly we should not be using the word stress in our day-to-day communication when we communicate with our children, when we communicate with our students. So taking you from the depth of the sea, I'll take you to the height of the sky. मैं आपको दोस्तों है ना सागर की गहराई से आसमान की ऊंचाई तक लेकर जाता हूं. And this is the world's highest battlefield of the world. Now this is a part of the DRDO research, and this is at the India-Pakistan-China Sangam. It is called as Siachen Glacier, and this is where you can see me with the Siachen stars. I am at 12,000 feet up, and this is how do you meet these kind of challenges at the EQ level? See, my dear friends, they have their own skills. They can manage their AK-47, they can manage their guns, they can manage everything. IQ उनको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. They're high on IQ. They know their skills. But I had gone there as part of this study to manage their EQ, emotions. That's very, very important. So today you understand, if Delhi is facing approximately 5 degrees centigrade, Jammu Kashmir may be facing 2 or 1 degree centigrade. Kerala is very much pleasant, my dear friends. But these people in Siachen, they have a temperature ranging from -53 to -83 degrees centigrade. Height mein batata hu, I was doing a training at 12,000 feet up. I went up to 18,000 feet up, but our soldiers and jawans are at 28,000 feet up. To just get you an idea of 28,000 feet up, Darjeeling, a very famous hill station, is 7,000 feet. Mount Abu is 4,000 feet up. So just you can understand you can multiply it. And the world's highest battlefield of the world. Very, very interesting. You have to manage your emotions. So I asked this Siachen stars, how far is the Dushman from you? How far is the enemy from you? Because it was, zero visibility. You cannot see any one person just standing in front of you. Just for our reference and data, we asked them, how far is the Dushman from you? So one Lieutenant Abhishek, he gave a very beautiful answer. So in the world's highest battlefield, in the most challenging situation of the whole world, you should actually understand whom you are fighting with. I said, that's what I'm asking you, my dear boy. How far is your dushman from this particular place? He said, sir, in the world's highest battlefield, we actually never fight with others, sir. We don't fight with others. And that is a beautiful fact. He said, sir, you might have heard the border conflict in Leh Ladakh, you may see in Rajasthan, you may see in Jammu Kashmir. But have you ever heard in a breaking news that today firing took place at the world's highest battlefield? No. सर विश्व के सबसे ऊंचाई के युद्ध भूमि में हम लोग सामने वाले व्यक्ति से लड़ते ही नहीं है सर. But the greatest challenge that we have to manage is manage the nature. And he said, sir, विश्व के सबसे ऊंचाई के युद्ध भूमि, in the world's highest battlefield of the world, if you are able to manage the nature and if you are able to survive, that land is yours. अगर आप जीवित रह सकते, अगर आप सर्वाइव कर सकते हो, तो वो जो जगह है ना सर आपकी. जिस दिन आप उस नेचर को मैनेज नहीं कर सकते ना सर, वो जगह सामने वाले व्यक्ति की, क्योंकि वहां कोई रेड क्लिफ लाइन नहीं है. You have to be physically there. And Lieutenant Abhishek told me a very beautiful thing. Sir, there are two types of nature. One is an outside nature, one is an internal nature. If we are defeated in the internal nature, the outside nature will overpower us, sir. And he made a very wonderful thing. Sir, outside nature is a reflection of nature inside. And nature inside is nothing but EQ. Nature inside is nothing but EQ, emotions. अगर मैंने अपने आप से मैं बात कर मैं कह पाऊं कि I'm able to survive means I will be able to survive. If I say I'm going to die, we are going to die. And that is a kind of a training program at the psychological level. Indian Army has been doing it for so many years. Beautiful thing. And believe me, these people who are there at the highest battlefield of the world, it's not that they did not get any other job. इसलिए वहां जाकर विश्व के सबसे ऊंचाई के युद्ध भूमि में बैठे हैं. They are very smart people. They are very robust. They are very strong. And if they are, get a chance to be posted in Siachen, that's a great honor for them. That's a great honor for them. So, my dear friends, we need to salute these people. And we should certainly, feel that we should never be using this word stress, as I told you, in our communication with our students, with our children. Yes. So, my dear friends, so the only thing, the only option, I'll not take much of your time, where we're in the fag end of the lecture. The only thing is, can we work on our inner nature? Can we make our mind our very best friend? हमें अपने मन को एक बहुत अच्छा दोस्त बनाना पड़ेगा. We have always observed in this journey of life, my dear friends, if I'm feeling a little low, my mood swings is there. Suddenly, if I receive a call from a good friend or my Priya Sakhi, she may not give us any solutions. He may not give us any solutions to our problems. But interacting with a friend itself, relaxes our mind to a very great extent. Yes? Right? I am sure all of you would agree. But the problem right now is, whom do I call upon? Whom do I bank upon? So the solution, when we go to SQ part of it, can I make my own mind my very good friend? Communication is very, very important, my dear friends. And we've always been taught in training programs and FDPs that we teachers need to be very, very good communicators. I've always thought that as an engineering teacher, I should have an impeccable English or an Oxford grammar. But when I started learning about psychology, I realized that more than the language, more than whether I'm speaking English or Hindi mein baat kar raha hun, it is actually a flow of energy. Urja ka pravaha. That is what is a real communication. Okay? So we ought to be very good communicators. But for that, we have to understand the language of the mind. So my simple, humble question to all of you is, my dear friends, can you please tell me, what is the language of the mind? Which language does a mind understand, so that we can start interacting and make our mind a very good friend? Can you put it on the chat, my dear friends? हमारी मन की भाषा कौन सी है? Can you put it on the chat? Which language does our mind understand? Language of the mind. अरे वाह, अजय सर, please plus happiness. Wow, लैंग्वेज ऑफ द माइंड, मन कौन सी भाषा को समझती है? I asked my engineering student, peace, wow, Shishmita ji, so sweet of you, right? I asked my engineering student, बच्चों मन की भाषा कौन सी है? तो बच्चों ने कहा सर मन आउट ऑफ सिलेबस सर, उसकी भाषा कहां से पता होगा? Ajay sir gives a very beautiful answer and this is one of the standard answer I get in my sessions. Ajay said, sir, it's love. That's so sweet of you, my dear friend. Now love is an emotion. Now I was asking you the language of the mind. Language is different, emotion is different. For example, a mother certainly has love for the child. If both the mother and the child understands English, so how will the mother communicate? My dear child, I love you. If both of them understand Hindi, तो माँ क्या कहेगी? बच्चे मैं आपसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ. So प्यार is an emotion, Hindi is a language. If both of them understand Bengali, what will the mother say? बच्चे अमे के तुम्हें बालो बच्ची. If both of them understand Malayalam, what would the mother say? ഞാൻ നിന്റെ അടുത്ത് വളരെ കൂടുതൽ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. So emotion is love, language is different. Language is English, Hindi, Bengali, it's Malayalam, it's Tamil, so many languages. I'm asking you, what is the language of the mind? Yes, Kaka Sahib ji, Nikam sir, you're absolutely right. I asked my engineering students, acha man chhod do. What is the language of an engineer? What is the language of an engineer? Can you put it on the chat? The language of an engineer? Now, this is not out of syllabus. This is within syllabus. What is the language of an engineer? Can you put it on the chat? The language of an engineer? Understanding. Python. सुष्मिता जी, पाइथन बोलते साथ ना मुझे केरला का पाइथन याद आता है. यहाँ बहुत सारे स्नेक्स हैं and we have got a beautiful snake park also very close by. पाइथन बोल के मुझे थोड़ा डर लगता है. I'm asking you the language of an engineer. I'm not asking a computer language, my dear friend. The language of an engineer. Nikam sir has already given you a little hint. Language of an engineer. अरे भाई इंजीनियर कौन सी भाषा समझता है? What is the language of an engineer? Okay. The language of an प्यार की भाषा. अरे यार अच्छा लगता है. Engineers प्यार स्नेह मोहब्बत की बात करते हैं ना तो अच्छा लगता है. That's so nice of you. The engineering language is engineering graphics. It's engineering drawing. And that is exactly the language of a mind also. The language of an engineer is, the language of the mind is, it is images. चित्रों की भाषा. It's images, the language of the mind. Okay, if I ask you, my dear friends, if I ask you, the early morning sunrise, the moment I say early morning sunrise, the thought reaches your mind and your mind creates an image. So if I ask you, what is the color of an early morning sunrise? Can you put it on the chat? सुबह सुबह का सूर्योदय, आसमान कौन सा रंग का होता है? Can you put it on the chat? Can you put it on the chat? Early morning sunrise, which color? Early morning sunrise, which color? सुबह सुबह का सूर्योदय कौन सा रंग का होता है? Mix of orange and yellow. That's very good, Pratap sir. Bhagyama ji says orange. Wow, great. Early morning sunrise is red in color. Difficult to explain. Okay, no problem. Early morning sunrise is basically red. Slowly it goes to orange and slowly it goes to yellow. Now I'm coming to the engineering the mind. Okay. How do you engineer your mind? That's my topic. See, if you're not able to see the early morning sunrise, I'll show you an image. This is God's own country, Kerala. Early morning sunrise. Yesterday evening, I had taken some of my young boys and girls to a very beautiful beach here. So the scene looks like this. Early morning sunrise and sunset looks like this. Beautiful scene, right? Now I want you to watch this scene very carefully, right? Now, what you have to do is, now if you are sitting in your home, sweet home, you are sitting in the chair, but the moment I say the early morning sunrise, through your mind, you are able to see that image. And when you see that image, just see the red rays of the sun slowly coming to you. Why I want you to do this? Because In order to increase immunity, there are two vitamins that every doctor says you should have these days to improve your physical stamina, to increase your immunity. Can you put it on the chat? Which are the two vitamins that is required for increasing your immunity power? Shushmita ji, very good general knowledge is vitamin C and vitamin D. And therefore, if you go to a pharmaceutical shop, you will get a combo of vitamin C and D. Now, vitamin D, we all know we get it from the sunlight. Now, you are not able to get out from your home sweet home. How do you get vitamin D? Now, the person who is there inside the chamber is not able to see the sunrise and sunset. But what we said to them, Indian Navy, I'm speaking about Indian Navy, sitting in their home sweet home, if you are able to use your mind and see the early morning sunrise and see the sun rays coming to you, slowly your brain would start releasing vitamin D. If you look at the website of Dr. Kalam, he has clearly mentioned in a slide, right? Thoughts gets converted into matter, gets converted into neuropeptides, gets communicated to 50 to 60 trillion cells of the body. आप जो सोचते हो उसी तरह आपका शरीर रिस्पॉन्ड करता है. If you're still not convinced, my dear friends, let us do one more exercise. I want you to sit in your own chair, don't move from there, but you have to engineer your mind, means you have to travel through your mind. तो क्या करना है? Through your mind, you reach your kitchen. Go to the kitchen, slowly take your mind to the fridge, slowly open the fridge, and there you are able to see a fresh lemon. Right? You take the lemon and you're able to see the freshness of the lemon with the droplets of water. Then you take a knife, you cut open that lemon, and then you squeeze the lemon in a glass. Yes, that's it. Were you able to generate saliva in your mouth? In case you were able to generate saliva, can you put a yes on the chat? Can you put a yes on the chat? Wow. Means your mind is perfect. बिल्कुल डरना नहीं है. आपका mind बहुत अच्छा mind है, and your brain is perfectly working. Your CPU is very good. Your CPU is very, very good. You know what happens, my dear friends? People like Einstein has always told, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Anything in this world is created twice, my dear friends. Psychology says the brain is not able to differentiate between a real event and an imaginary event. The brain is not able to differentiate. उसको समझ में नहीं आता है कि वो real हो रहा है या imaginary हो रहा है. वो brain ना mechanism काम करने लगता है. So my good, wonderful, beautiful, divine friends and my प्रिय सखियां, अगर आप सारा दिन ये image बना रहे हो, if you are curating this image and thought, what will happen? मेरा job चला जाएगा, बच्चों को कुछ हो जाएगा. If you are creating that kind of an images, the brain will take you to that kind of a state of mind, and you will start generating stress hormones, जिसको cortisols कहते हैं, and your system would start generating bad cholesterol. So what you have to do is engineering the mind. Means every day take half a minute, take 30 seconds, sit in your chair. Through your mind you see the early morning sunrise. An early morning sunrise is a symbol of hope and optimism. See the rays of the sun coming and touching you, and then just give a thought that one day everything will become okay, because it's a law of nature. It does not matter whether you agree or I do not agree. It's a law of nature that after every night there is going to be a dawn. Yes, we are going through very terrific challenges. Things may go from bad to worse, I agree. But after a very, very dark night, there is going to be a dawn. The moment you create a thought and the moment you create an image, your brain would start releasing peaceful and happy hormones, which is called as endorphins, which is called as enkephalins. In doctors' basic language, it is called as good cholesterol. Your body will start developing the immunity power. That is the secret that we have to learn, and that is something which we would love to share. So the last part, IQ ho gaya, EQ ho gaya, and the last is SQ part. When I say my mind, the question is, if I have to make my mind a good friend, अगर मुझे अपनी मन को एक प्यारी सखी बनाना है, तो then the question arises, who am I? Who am I? The 4 years of BE and BTech, we professors teach them. Finally, our students tell they have to get a job. After their 4 years of BE, BTech, when they come to an industry, in the last HR interview, after checking their IQ, their everything, all that blah, 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 when they come at the last interview, right, HR interview, usually they're asked only 2 questions. The first question we ask them is, please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself. And the second thing that they ask you is, please tell your strengths and please tell your weakness. These are the 2 standard questions, my dear friends. The second part of the question has already been answered. Once upon a time, our mind was the greatest strength. Today, I do agree that it has become weak. Now let me engineer my mind to make it as a strength. Convert my weakness into strength. But the first part of the question, please introduce yourself. You know, how does the student introduce themselves? Sir, my name is so-and-so, sir. I did my graduation from so-and-so college. My projects are so-and-so. My hobbies are so-and-so. And sir, please give me so much of salary also. Very true. That's what they're supposed to speak. But why are we asking this question? Many of we teachers feel that we are checking their communication skill. No, my dear friends. Because if a student is there from Gujarat, when he speaks English, he will have a slang of Gujarati. When a Malayali speaks English, he will have a flavor of Malayalam when he speaks. Right? But then why do we ask that question? The question is, every person has got an image of oneself, has an image, which we call it as a self-image. So when a person introduces oneself, more than the communication, the HR person looks at his entire face, the body language, and tries to understand what is the self-image that the person has for himself. And therefore, we always teachers tell, Bacho, you should have a lot of self-confidence, self-motivation, self-control, self-esteem, self-discipline. But self kya hai bataya nahi. So in today's context, the Japanese president was very correct. He did not ask the American president, how are you? Because how are you to halat kharab hai hamari aur aapki. But today, for managing all the challenges, the Japanese president was very correct. He did not ask, how are you? He's asking us, who are you? Who are you? That's the most important question, my dear friends. Socrates was a great philosopher in the field of education. Years back, he had reported, to know thyself is education. Apne aap ko janna hi shiksha hai. So I'll be able to share with you a slide. I'll not take much of your time. Who am I? The self, S-E-L-F. I would love to share this full form of self to all of you. S-E-L-F. See, this is a very wonderful slide. A paradigm shift from how are you to who are you. And what is self? SQ is a spiritual quotient. S-E-L-F. It is a source of energy in light form. Source of energy in light form. So energy is also a technical word. Light is also a technical word. Drop a line from here. Drop a line from here. Meeting point. Hypothalamus gland and pituitary gland. Point of light, point of energy is there. That's very, very important. This energy is what runs this particular body. And you know, my dear friends, why this concept is required in today's context? As I told you earlier, the greatest fear is a fear of death. I remember I was doing a program in Bangalore, and I was doing a program in the Air Force Training School. So when I was walking towards the auditorium, the wing commander was walking with me. He told me, sir, do you know whom you are going to address? I said, yes, sir. I'm aware there are people from the Indian Air Force. But no, sir, इसमें बहुत सारे pilots हैं who fly this MiG-21 and Sukhoi, sir. And you know what is the greatest fear that these people have? I said, no, I'm not aware. Please tell me. He said, MiG-21 and Sukhoi, right, is that particular, it's a supersonic jet. Small error and you're smashed. Please help them to come out from this fear. And I said, yes. So when I went to the auditorium and I told them about the self, so I asked them, what is the greatest fear? Everybody agreed, the fear of death. So I said that. So immediately I saw one pilot getting me and said, no, sir, I don't fear death. मुझे मृत्यु का भय बिल्कुल नहीं है. I looked at the gentleman and said, sir, what you said is very, very correct. You may not fear your own death, but certainly you may fear the death of your family members, of your kids. Am I right? So the person started thinking. His wife was sitting close by. She got up and said, तुमको क्या पता? तुम तो बस वो मिग 21 में बैठकर उड़ जाते हो, लेकिन जब तक तुम नीचे नहीं उतरते हो, हैव यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड माय इमोशंस? डिजम डिजम डिजम, वर्ल्ड वॉर 3। किसी को भी अपनी मृत्यु का भय नहीं होता है, ना आपको ना मुझे, but we certainly fear the death of a closed one. Do you agree, my dear friends? Do you agree? We certainly fear the death of our closed ones, right? And the moment I understand that I, the energy, is eternal, indivisible, indestructible, slowly we start coming out from the fear of death. Fear really affects our endocrine system. And as Ajay sir was telling, right? Happiness jo hai, it's an emotion. It is required for all our endocrine system. Hypothalamus gland, pituitary gland, every gland, it will certainly help us. Fear and happiness, both of them, it works. And it affects our endocrine system. So, ek kaam karna. Today, I request all of you, my dear friends, when you meet your kids now, they will see your smiling face and they'll ask you, Mama, today your face is so smiling, you look so beautiful. तो आप बच्चे से कहना, my dear boy, today I understood who am I. So the boy will ask, Mama, आप कौन हो? Who are you? So do one thing, you put the right hand onto the boy's head, and with lots of love, you look at the boy and ask him, my dear boy, do you know who are you? तो बेटा कहेगा, Mama, मैं कौन हूँ? Who am I? हाथ रखे रहना, let the flow of energy travel. वो अपना नाम बताएगा, अपना कास्ट बताएगा, अपना creed बताएगा. He will tell his own religion, he will tell his nationality. All this is a part of the hardware. But the real self, with lots of smile, you say, Beta, today which I understood, I love to share with you. आप हो, you are तारे जमीन पर, तारे जमीन पर, right? तो फिर वो छोटू पूछेगा, मामा फिर आप कौन हो? With lots of love, look at the boy and says, I am a twinkle, twinkle little star. In real terms, we are all stars, my dear friends. The only difference between myself and my boy is I'm playing the role of a mother, he's playing the role of a son. But I am also a star, he is also a star. I also love peace, love happiness. He also loves the same thing. If we understand this, life would actually become very, very easy. I will certainly wind my session with 2 minutes of meditation, because meditation is something which connects us to spirituality. So this is the answer. I am a twinkle, twinkle little star. Real energy, right? Yes. Now, the only difference we have to do is we are doing multitasking. We have to just shift from human doing to human being. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. We have to do all that, but shift from human doing to human being. So, kaise karna hai? Now, this is the last couple of slides. I was doing a session for the National Security Guards, Black Cat Commandos. When Mumbai was facing the challenge from terrorists, you might have seen these Black Cat Commandos coming down from a helicopter. And what I told them was simple thing. You know, you can see this particular slide. Yes. What I told them was very simple. I, the being, three emotions. I, the being, is peaceful, loveful, and powerful. That's the only thing. So when you are with your colleagues, you say, I, the star, is peaceful. When I told the energy commandos, when you come to your home, sweet home, the moment you put the jersey of that Black Cat Commando onto the hook, please understand that you are now not playing the role of an energy commando, but you're playing the role of a father. You're playing the role of a husband. You're playing the role of a son. So your dialogue delivery will also should be different, from role consciousness to real consciousness. I, the being, is very loveful. And when you face any challenges outside, I, the being, is very powerful. So depending upon the situations, from role conscious, you shift into real consciousness. I request all of you, my dear friends, you may be playing the role of HOD, Dean, Director, Professors, Assistant, Associate Professors. Yes, but what is very, very important is one simple, humble request for a teacher is, for the next 24 hours, never get angry with others, neither with your family members nor with your students. Please do not get angry, because anger is a sign of a weak mind. The body temperature shoots up now, means immunity power is gone. Same thing if I get irritated and anger. So my simple, humble request to you, along with it, Swami will also do it. For the next 24 hours, increase your reaction time. Increase your reaction time. And continue till January 1st. So that January 1st, no doubt, it would be Corona 2.0, Corona 3.0, but still, can I celebrate Happy New Year with my close family members? So increase your reaction time, right? Anger, A-N-G-E-R. जब भी anger आता है ना, put an alphabet D in front of anger. तो anger के सामने D लगाने से क्या होता है? Anger के सामने D लगाने से danger, very, very dangerous. I'll share a small incident, anubhav of mine, and then we'll wind up the session with a 3 minutes of meditation. I was told I have time till 12:15, so I'll take care of the time factor. You know, before I understood all this psychology, philosophy, and meditation and spirituality, I was a very short-tempered person. And I used to get terribly angry with those students who come late in my class because I love punctuality and discipline. So whenever a student comes late in my class, I used to shout, why did you come late? Punctuality, discipline, very important in your life.
वीडियो मना कौन बोल रहा है उनको मालूम
Sir, please. Okay. Why did you come late? Punctuality, discipline, very important in your life. How will you become an effective engineer? But when I joined this DRDO and Global Hospital and I learned the technique of meditation, you know, I was told, right, anger will lead to danger. तो मैंने कहा मुंबई के बच्चे जब तक दो लगाते नहीं सुधरते नहीं है ना, और आपने सुना नहीं लोहा लोहे को काटता है, only iron strikes the other iron. So the doctor who was teaching me, he told me, Swami, what did you do? What did you study for yourself? I said, I studied engineering. And he said, you did not understand metallurgy at all. मैंने कहा आप बता दीजिए. So he gave me a wonderful logic. Swami, लोहा लोहे को काटता है, लेकिन ठंडा लोहा गरम लोहे को काटता है. ठंडा लोहा garam. It's a cold iron that cuts the hot iron, right? So these days, when my students come late, what do? With lots of love, I keep my hand on my heart, because if you get angry, the maximum pressure is on the heart, and you may suffer a severe heart attack. So whenever a student used to come late, I used to keep my hand on my chest, my heart, and with lots of love, I used to make the same dialogue. My dear boy, why did you come late? Punctuality, discipline, very important in your life. How would you become an effective engineer? The same dialogue, but the flow of energy is changing. तो मेरे बच्चे मुझे देखकर कहते हैं, सर जब से आप मेडिटेशन सीखने लगे ना, आप सुधर गए हो सर, हर दिन वहां जाते रहना. Yes, and that is what a small change I brought in my life. So my dear friends, increase your reaction time. Respond with peace, love, and happiness, because that's your swadharma. That's your innate divine quality. And therefore it is said, education is the manifestation of the divinity already existing in you. ये peace, love, happiness बाहर से हमें download नहीं करना. It is already there within us. Just to realize it. With these positive notes, we will just wind up the session with a 2 minutes of meditation. But before that, there's a wonderful image that one girl child gave a wonderful, these are the, yes, this is a wonderful image which I would love to share with all of you. She's a 9th standard girl student and she drew a very wonderful image. Can we dream of a world that is full of joy, peace, bliss, health, wealth, happiness, and certainly nature full of tranquility? So thank you very much. It was a great pleasure interacting with you. Last 2 or 3 minutes. I'll not take much of your time. I want you to sit straight on your chair, relax yourself completely. My dear friends, take a deep breath and slowly exhale. And for the next 2 or 3 minutes, I will show you some images and I will help you with some thoughts. I just want you to travel in this wonderful journey along with me. Just 2 or 3 minutes. I'll not take much of your time. Okay? Relax. Let's meditate. I relax and slowly withdraw myself. I just feel at the center of the forehead I am a divine energy. I see the early morning sunrise, symbol of hope and optimism. That one day everything will become okay. And I radiate this positive energy. I'm feeling very light and easy. Remember your childhood sweet memories? Full of happiness, joy, no fear, no stress, no anxiety. Childhood sweet memories. I'm full of joy even today. मैं आनंद स्वरूप हूँ. I'm completely free from my past. Hurt, pain, anxiety, stress, failures. Can I give new positive thoughts to myself and believe in the cosmic laws? I'm light and I spread the rays of positive energy to the entire world. This inner light helps me to lead a balanced life. I'm special, unique, and magical. I'm very pure and peaceful. मैं शांत स्वरूप हूँ, शुद्ध, स्वच्छ और पवित्र स्वरूप हूँ. I'm grateful for every experience I have had. Some pleasant, some unpleasant. But every event came to my life to teach me something. No matter the challenges outside is as strong as a rock, but I still can blossom like a flower, radiating the fragrance, all divine values. मैं स्वस्थ हूँ, सुरक्षित हूँ. I'm safe, secure and serene. I'm an embodiment of unconditional love. मैं संपन्न, संपूर्ण और संतुष्ट हूँ. Abundant, blessed, and I'm actually very good. I'm gentle. I'm kind. I'm caring. I'm blessed with divine values, which helps me to maintain harmony in managing the external challenges. There is always a way, and I'm hopeful, optimistic, that a beautiful dawn is waiting for me. I'm always divinely guided and protected. I thank the Almighty God for this wonderful day, for this wonderful life, for the beautiful family, and for the wonderful organization I work for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Swami Bhai. Thank you. But let us go for question answer from the participants. Yes, all participants requesting that if any question to Swami Bhai, let's go for question.
Thank you
Swami
for the
Bhai,
feedback.
I have one question.
Anji.
So 3 wonderful sessions we have with you. Every time we feel you are energetic and different things we are. Maybe the words might be same. So how the yogic life will be transformed into practicality? Because many times we are thinking about that ki yogi life or maybe when we are going to meditation, means we are living this world, and we have to go for other ways. What do you think about this? How one should come to practical life?
Yes, yes, I really appreciate that your question, sir. In fact, meditation has come from the Latin word mediri. So it's all about healing oneself. And when it comes down to yoga and yoga, so yoga is something to do with physical exercises. Yoga means connection. So basically, to be very honest, we are all yogis, right? Parents, they are in yoga, they are in connection with their kids. The moment I play the role of a teacher, I am in yoga with my students, right? The moment you play the role of an engineer, you are in yoga with your machines, with your skills. So basically, every individual in this world is to be very honest, it's yogi. Yogi means connection. Okay, that's number one. Number two is what is important is many times we feel that meditation is all about leaving the job, everything, and then you lead a life of and you go to the Himalayas. That's not the right way. In fact, people like Dr. Kalam, who had been so successful, a very scientific personality, speaking about this technique of meditation. What you asked me is basically leading a very healthy lifestyle. So meditation is not just for a couple of minutes if I sit and then I understand this. It's basically your lifestyle. And all doctors agree to this particular fact that all the problem that from the health sector that I'm facing is because of my unhealthy lifestyle. So with all the challenges that I have, can I still adopt a healthy lifestyle? My request to all of you, my dear friends who are witnessing this particular program is, we need to learn from the Japanese model of management. That is a Kaizen system of management. And what we all know what is Kaizen? Make micro changes in your life. Chota parivartan kariye. And if you continue it for 21 days to 90 days, and after 1 year, it will lead to a macro revolution. जैसे आज मैंने आपको एक कहा, bring a small micro change, increase your reaction time. फटाक से react मत करो, respond करो उसको. ये छोटा सा change है. इस छोटे से change को भी अगर आप sustain करेंगे ना, कुछ समय के बाद that will become a sanskar to you. That's one thing. Number two is make small changes as far as getting up in the morning and sleeping is concerned. So we parents have always complaining with us children that they sleep late and they get up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Okay. स्टूडेंट्स को कैसे डील करना, बच्चों को कैसे डील करना इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. बट क्या मैं थोड़ा जल्दी सो सकता हूं? क्या मैं थोड़ा जल्दी सुबह उठ सकता हूं? इफ आई हैव बीन गेटिंग अप एट 7 o'clock, कैन आई गेट अप एट 6:55? Sustain it. That's the second thing. Third thing, most important thing is, any training program, we learn a lot, but the problem with the training program is you have to sustain it till a new network is built up in our CPU, in our brain. एक नया पाथवे नहीं बनता है ना, तब तक वो संस्कार में आता नहीं है. तो जो भी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स जो हम लोग करते हैं, हम अप्रिशिएट करते हैं, लेकिन जब तक उसका एक फॉलो अप नहीं होगा, बिकॉज यू नीड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द क्वालिटी सर्कल हु आर एक्चुअली वॉकिंग ऑन दिस पाथ. इसलिए कहते हैं संग का रंग लग जाता है. तो हमको ऐसा एक क्वालिटी सर्कल के साथ जुड़ना पड़ेगा. आई सी अ वेरी वंडरफुल क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम सुष्मिता जी, वेयर शी हैज रिटर्न, सर डू यू ऑफर मेडिटेशन क्लासेस? माय आंसर इज yes. So if any one of you are interested to learn this meditation, I will give you my email ID. आप ऐसे ग्रुप के साथ जुड़िए. कुछ समय के बाद उन लोगों के साथ आप थोड़ा सा टाइम स्पेंड करिए. You can join in any of the meditation classes जो आपको अच्छा लगता है. But the meditation which I have been practicing for the last 25 years, और जो डॉक्टर कलाम का जो रिसर्च जो था, that is called as a Rajyoga meditation, and Global Hospital is a part of a spiritual organization which is called as a Brahma Kumaris Ishwari Vishwavidyalaya. So if any one of you are interested to learn this Raj Yoga meditation, right, you're most welcome. I'll put my email ID. तो आप जरूर कर सकते हैं. And the good news about Raj Yoga meditation offered by the spiritual organization of Brahma Kumaris is it is free of cost. इसमें कोई आपको पैसे देने की बात नहीं है. So I'll share my email ID with you. It is evswami@gmail.com. evswami@gmail.com. तो मेरे एक स्टूडेंट ने पूछा, सर व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ ईवी? आई वाज ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट एन इमेज. मैंने कहा ई फॉर एलिफेंट, वी फॉर विक्ट्री, क्योंकि केरला का नाम अगर मैं बोलूंगा तो किसी को समझ में नहीं आएगा. तो एक ने खड़े होकर कहा, सर कैन आई प्रिस्क्राइब यू अ बेटर फुल फॉर्म, बेटर इमेज? मैंने कहा बोलो. सर ई फॉर एलिफेंट, वी फॉर विक्ट्री इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता है. ई फॉर ईगोलेस and V for viceless. Egoless, viceless, then only you will become a real Swami. Swami means a teacher. SWAMII for India @gmail.com. So if any one of you can put up that email on the chat, it is evswami@gmail.com. So the answer to your question, my dear friend, is we have to slowly get onto a healthy meditative lifestyle wherein you integrate peace, love, and happiness in your day-to-day activities. Over to you, sir.
All sessions 17, 17, 18, 18 uploaded. Thank you, Swami Bhai. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let us hope that in future also we have great connect. Thank you very much. Bye
And I
bye.
appreciate both of you, and particularly Dr. Zope sir, who have been managing. You have become Trimurti now. You have conducted 3 FTP, and still you have the energy now, because I have to just take 1 session. But my dear friend, you have taken 3 FDP. थक तो नहीं गए, Dr. Zope sir?
No, sir.
So energetic, sir.
अरे वाह.
At the end of every session, you have put up a lot of energy to him, and he percolated the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Have a great
So
day.
my prayers and blessings to all of you, your family members, your kids, your organization, with lots of health, wealth, happiness, and certainly lots of success. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Have a very beautiful day. And I wish all of you a very, very happy new year, with irrespective of all the challenges. I'm sure we'll be able to manage it. Thank you.
Great,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.